going on, Jerome's? So, even though this season is, you don't really know what to expect, right? And the Vikings have lowered expectations, but you got to feel good about the future. Diamond Dallas Turner, that's right, as well as JJ McCarthy, where I feel like McCarthy, on one hand, he's the main talking point. Obviously, rookie first-round quarterback, top 10 quarterback in training camp. Obviously, it's going to be talked about. But also, I feel like he's been on the back burner a little bit because Sam Darnold's in place here. Kevin O'Connell's bringing him along every single day, every single way, getting better and better. But you got to feel good. You got to feel good about things. And we said this 75,000 times. Having a quarterback competition where both guys are good, it's kind of an amazing feeling. Look at the Raiders. I love me some Gardner Minshew. Aiden O'Connell is also a person, and both of them are just ass. Thank you. Nick Mullins would start for them right now. 100%. 100%. You want to go back to the Raiders, Mullins? Anyways, but, JJ McCarthy in camp. Will he start this year? Will he not? Really doesn't matter, but either way, the future is growing and showing, and the pride of Michigan. Hey, are you going to lose? Nah, namaste, a winner. That's what he's doing, man. Actually, that's yoga, isn't it? Anyways, but JJ McCarthy, the pride of Michigan, the questions were there. It's like, hey, did Harbaugh and the Wolverines have a run-first offense because they're hiding JJ McCarthy, or because that's just how Harbaugh is? Looks like that's just how Harbaugh is. Because JJ McCarthy, number 10 overall, highest drafted quarterback in team history, he can spin it. He could spin it. Yeah, and eventually taking over for Kirko Chains. JJ McCarthy talking about practice, and he's looking really, really damn good in things. And also, he just has, I hate the term aura. I hate how it's been co-opted and bastardized by the latest generation, but it's fine. But he just has a presence. You know what I mean? Where it isn't a determining factor if you're going to be a good quarterback or not, if you're good with the media, right? Look at Eli Manning, sling blade for a number of years, whatever. But being well-spoken and, talking with your whole chest and just being a leader, it's not a bad thing. And JJ McCarthy certainly has that in space. And we said, I feel like he practices his press conferences. Like his fiance's got like flashcards and stuff. Is like, talk about facing the Packers for the first time. Well, they're a great historical franchise, but they are our rival, and I'm going to rip their head off, poop down their neck, and then beat them to death. I don't know. That's a little bit too far. Anyways, but I would love if you said that. I love if McCarthy just started ripping off pro wrestling promos. That'd be great, man. But, the quarterback battle is what it is. Darnold, who's also looked really, really damn good, probably going to start this year. But either way, the future is exceedingly bright with J.J. McCarthy. Long story longer, here's 9 things that we love about J.J. McCarthy so far. Number 1, not the hair, right? So, again, this just might be me being a boomer, but chopping broccoli ain't it, man. Now, I'm firmly on the record that I don't think that Bo Nix is going to pan out as an NFL quarterback. I think that he put up some great numbers at Oregon in a very quarterback-friendly offense, but that is a haircut you could set your watch to. Looking like Guile from Street Fighter, man. Like you can land jets on that haircut. That's right. Also, it may help that Bo Nix is like my age. He's been in college for 8 years. Anyways, but so real number 1, the dedication. All right, so it's just small things like this, and it's things that you expect out of your quarterback. But some guys just sort of pay lip service to that. The whole cliche of first one in the building, last one out, grinding film, trying to get better every single day. Some guys have that, some guys don't. And I'll just say that when it comes to extension time, I don't think that McCarthy's going to need a provision in there that he has to study X amount of hours and not play Xbox or something akin to that. All right. So also that trickles down. All right. So if you see your leader constantly grinding, constantly out there, just trying to get better, working on the small things, all the small things. If you're another star on the team, that matters. If you're a starter, if you're a middling player, if you're a bottom of the roster guy, you look at the quarterback, you take your lead from him. It's like, to get on his level, I got to get there. And it's just that, Tom Brady did that every single day with Belichick. And, there's a story of Joe Montana back with Bill Walsh. Like, even after Montana had won the Super Bowls and the MVPs and all that stuff, first day of practice, Bill Walsh goes through an install of a very rudimentary play from the West Coast offense, and Montana is in there taking full-on notes, full-on scribbles. Just a play that he's run thousands of times. Like, he's taking full-on notes, just trying to get just a smidgen better. That's infectious, man, and I love it. And again, a lot of guys want to fake that because that's what you want from your quarterback. JJ McCarthy is that. Yeah, there's not an ounce of fake in his body. Also, rebounding from losses. So he didn't have many losses in college. But in terms of taking L's in practice, and you're a rookie, right? You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. And frankly, if you're a rookie who's always looking good in practice, your coaches aren't testing you enough. Like, you're always going against the threes, you're always going against vanilla, you're always going against blah, 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 right? But last Friday he had a bad practice, this Wednesday he had a bad practice, and then subsequently Saturday and Thursday were two of his best practices. So I love that he's internalizing things, and that's something that O'Connell and Kwesi have talked about where, he's going to make mistakes, but he's learned from mistakes, and all of that every single day will add up, stacking up good practices, as they say. Number 3, JJ has a hose for an arm, right? We talk about how arm strength isn't the be-all, end-all. Like Joe Milton III throwing a football over the mountains. Although Milton looked pretty damn good last night, man. Maybe there's a controversy going on. Maybe this is going to be like the Heath Schuler, Gus Frerotte situation where you have this highly drafted quarterback, then a lowly drafted guy taking over, or like a RG3 Kirk Cousins situation. I don't know, like, I'm still not buying into Joe Milton, but it's kind of fun, man. Preseason superstar Joe Milton. Maybe he'll be like Kyle Sluter. Anyways, but the whole, like, the lazy scouting thing about McCarthy is like, oh, he has a weak arm, noodle arm. That's why Michigan didn't throw. JJ McCarthy has a freaking cannon, freaking howitzer, man. And also, like, the people who actually did the research and actually watched the tape will tell you, is like, the main concern about McCarthy is, could he take a little mustard off of the ball and throw with touch instead of zipping it through multiple defenders at the third level? How about just dipping it over the linebacker or the safety and getting it to your receiver in stride before the safety lights him up? Like, that does matter too. Plus, also, like, he's got arm strength for days, and he does challenge every single blade of grass, and you've seen that from in camp. You've seen that from the highlights. Like, his touchdowns are dotting the corners, hitting the deep parts and the dead zones of the defense, and like, he's gonna be a problem, man. Plus, the thing I love too is that all of his throws placement generally have been very, very good, right? So it's a spot where the receiver can catch the ball, not get lit up, and also, if this was a live situation, be able to make a play with it afterwards. So the accuracy is there, and accuracy is something that Kevin O'Connell has stressed is extremely important in this offense. Next up, number 4, elevates those around him. So it doesn't matter if you're a second or third team receiver, like, you're going to get yours. Like, a lot of his highlights have been to, like, Tristan Jackson, Lucky Jackson, Thayer Thomas, Trey Knox, Nick Muse, and it also, he's had a couple throws at Jalen Speedy Naylor as well. So it really doesn't matter. Like, you haven't seen the full, well, there was a little bit in 7-on-7, but you haven't seen the full on Jefferson, Addison highlights from McCarthy, but those will come. Those will come. And Deshaun Jones look great with him too. So he makes the guys around him better. And all of that, like the arm to threaten every blade of grass, as well as the accuracy, not putting your receiver in bad spots, and also throwing on time. That's been impressive too, and we didn't even list that because it's something that maybe we already take for granted, is that he's in and out of the huddle quick, spitting out the play call. He's confident at the line of scrimmage. He's making checks, and he's looking good, man. And again, I hate the term aura, the way it's been bastardized, but he's relaxed out there. Like, he's joking around with teammates, which shows confidence in his preparation, and he's a guy who puts in the work and just goes out and slings it, which is great. And he does have a swagger too. And again, maybe it's just like the young kid's stupid broccoli hair, but the confidence oozes out of his pores. Maybe that's far, but also, just like the whole dedication thing and the work effort things, like, that trickles down to the rest of the team. Like, they're going to have confidence because he's got confidence. Number 9 does. Number 6, thirst for knowledge. So locker right next to Justin Jefferson. That's going to pay dividends for a long time. But you just see him on the side, too. So we pointed this out with Dallas Turner and Pettin. But when McCarthy's not involved in a rep, he's constantly right next to Josh McCown. He's next to Kevin O'Connell. He wants feedback. He wants blah, blah, blah. He's talking to Nick Mullins on the side, talking to Darnold, talking to Jaron Hall. And he's talking to Brian Flores about the defenses he's facing. How can they crack it? How can they do X, Y, Z? And it's good to see because, I mean, a lot of guys coming to this league think that they invented football, right? And McCarthy, McCarthy certainly would have. He certainly has the resume to just be a cocky SOB who would be like, you can't tell me nothing, right? So like a high school superstar, won a national title at Michigan, only lost 1 game in 2 years as a starter, beat Ohio State twice. Like you think that he would walk around like his ish don't stink, but he doesn't. And that's a testament to him. And also, that's going to affect the rest of the team because it's like, this guy has all these bona fides, but he still shows up and works. It's good, man. Number 7, he's a perfect fit for Kevin O'Connell. So under center, play action, throwing accurate, timing strikes, throwing over the middle. It's all syncing up. And you would think that, okay, a lot of college quarterbacks come from a see it, throw it type offense, really simplifying things like, guy is open, I will throw to him. McCarthy's throwing guys open. Like McCarthy's thrown to a spot where he trusts the receiver will be before it is open because in the NFL, speed is there. Like those windows close extremely fast, and it's not like it is in college, right? And I think that McCarthy, playing in that pro-style offense with Harbaugh, I think that certainly does benefit him a ton. And also, you see that Kevin O'Connell, like he's not babying him, like he's giving him the full playbook. And McCarthy is responsible for as much of the playbook as Darnold is, or Mullins is, or Jaron Hall would be, right? And just because he's a rookie, doesn't mean that he's above the fray. Number 8, calm and confidence. We talked about just going back to the whole meditation thing. I think that is legit, and I think that calming presence, especially in the huddle. Again, going back to Joe Montana, I think it was the Super Bowl against the Bengals where they had to go down and score on the final drive to win, and it was the Super Bowl in the Superdome, the Silverdome in Detroit, and he's like, Joe Montana in the huddle, game-winning drive, and he's like, hey, look, it's John Candy. Anyways, 494. It's awesome, man. Also, I like to think that all West Coast offense play calls are the same as interstate highways here in the Twin Cities. Lastly, number 9, MF can ball. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Like, he can do all these things, but if he couldn't throw the ball through a piss-soaked paper bag, if he was jittery at the line of scrimmage, if he was unconfident, like, it doesn't matter. But dude can ball. Dude can flat-out ball, and that's the thing that gives you so much hope and makes you feel good about things, where his highs have been extremely high. His lows, he learns from, right? And the ebbs and flows, at a certain point, you can just look at a player and you can tell if they can play at this level. JJ McCarthy could play at this level. He could play at a high level in the National Football League. And also, everything around him. On his rookie deal, Jefferson, Hockenson, Darisaw, Addison, Aaron Jones, Kevin O'Connell. He's got all the infrastructure around him to succeed, and he's got all the tools and the best mindset possible. This, all the draft process, I'll talk about all the quarterbacks. This is the best fit, honestly. The best situation for him. I think he's a perfect quarterback for Kevin O'Connell to work long term, and you got to feel good. You have to feel amazing about what's going on. Now, Darnold could start this year. Darnold could look very damn good, and that could be a good thing to give JJ McCarthy a full season to marinate. Or maybe JJ McCarthy wins the job and becomes CJ Stroud 2.0. Who knows, man? But I guess we'll see. Anyways, 9, Nueve. Things we love about JJ McCarthy so far before his first preseason game. Listen to your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.